What's up?
We're over here at Darren's house.
Yeah, we got your lawn block ready. We've already started it and set the timing for you. I guess we'll run it one more time before we pull your car in here and put the glass in. So we built you a little 1600 dual port. Because you had a little mishap with your flywheel falling off. So we put this together for you.
Yeah.
It's a little bus case, little 1600 dual port heads.
Yeah.
Stocker. There's really not a lot to say, you know, just stock.
Yeah, so that 40 horse basically, you know, had a bad flywheel and crank, the dowel pins, and
Yeah, they're a little expensive to repair, so it's probably much cheaper just to go ahead and build a 1600
yeah.
for a couple $100 more than what piston cylinders would cost you on the 40 horse. So
Yeah, so Darren had this sitting around and threw it together for me real quick.
yeah,
And
this is my buddy Jake's bus motor I've been building for him, and he just can't make his mind up. He's more indecisive than CT. So yeah, we're gonna let CT try your motor out, Jake, and when you get ready, we'll build you another one.
I think this is the 5th engine you built for me.
I built a couple of them.
40 horse for Rusty, the Super 1600, the 1.7 Type 4, and the 2.0 Type 4.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, number 5.
Yep.
So this is a basic stock 1600.
Stock as it gets. It's a early case, single relief. It's, you know, period correct for your car. So the only thing is we upgraded the cylinder heads because I didn't have any single ports, and the flywheel is now 12 volt instead of a 6 volt. So you'll have to clearance the bell housing for that. But everything else is pretty much, you know, you can put your sheet metal on here. I'll give you some cylinder tins, but your fan housing will work. Should have the same oil cooler on the other motor.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to put your fan housing right on the dual port tins and be good to go.
That's cool.
Take everything off that one, paint it. You know how we do it.
So that's a 40 horse engine, 1200 cc.
They're 1300 or 1200, I think. They're
Yeah.
1200, yeah.
So what is this?
1600.
So what's the horsepower on this?
They're like 50 horsepower, you know, probably. You know, 50, 51, you know, it's
So
not a lot. Probably a little less than made brand new, obviously, because there's a lot of used parts as far as, you know, the case getting used, and the, you know, over the years probably lose a little bit of horsepower.
Do you get a little bit more horsepower with the
Oh yeah, I mean,
the headers?
You can get a little power from the header and stuff, but you know, it's probably only going to be 50-something horsepower. It's just a basic stock motor. The camshaft's what gives you more power. You know, you got to open the valve for longer and further to get more air through the motor. So
Yeah.
this is just a basic drive it anywhere 1600. You know, probably go anywhere.
That's cool. Yeah, that's perfect for that car.
Yeah, that's what you need. What do you think, Brownie? You want to start it up? Oh,
Let's do it. You got it all hooked up?
I think so. Gonna find out. A little fuel hungry. Yeah, the choker's working on this thing.
Pretty good.
Yeah, man. So I get the job done for you. Get you down to the convenience store anyway. That header's straight from the 80s. Probably like 1970
get one.
Get one from A&A.
Yeah, I'll get one.
Yeah, that thing runs good, man.
Yeah, it does. It does. Starts right up. Very nice.
See the carburetor, the choke works on it, it'll probably start better cold. For some reason the choke didn't work. Yeah. This is a startup carburetor. Oh, that's really good. This is a startup carburetor.
Yeah. Working. Cool, man.
That's good, man.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Good runner. Don't get it too hot, it'll melt your interior. Gotta put it in the car.
Let it cool off for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing this has in stock is a light flywheel on it. But, you know, you won't notice that. It'll just rev up a little quicker.
It'll be zippy. We're gonna put some windshields in.
Yeah, we're gonna do glass next. Shop's a little dirty.
Yeah.
CT, you know, had me in a scramble. I need a motor. You know, my flywheel fell off. I haven't been doing Volkswagen stuff much. I did paint my car though.
What year is this one?
67. 67. It hadn't been buffed or anything yet. But looks better than when it was in primer.
It looks pretty good. Wow. And this is your race car.
Yeah.
It's got roll bars in it.
Yeah. It's the old race car.
That looks good.
No, we're not going for a ride. You know, I tried to paint it. I painted everything, yeah. Did a nice job on it. Stripped it all down. Needs to be buffed. I gotta do something for a dash. There's a guy in Mexico that makes a carbon fiber dash.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video that Sam put out. And he had bought one for his son's Baja. But apparently the guy doesn't have a distributor in the U.S. And when I looked them up, you can buy them out of Europe. They're $600 from there. So I'd like to try to find the guys in Mexico somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to cover up that. You know, I cut that out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a dash to weld back in there, but I wasn't able to find one. So
When did you buy this car?
I've had this for 45 years now.
45 years.
Yeah, I got
Wow.
I drove it to college, Carson, Newman, Tennessee.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, this was a parts car. Rick Morrow had bought it, and he didn't want it because it was a little rough for him. So we bought a couple of them, and we took a few pieces off of this, and built him a really nice 67. And this was left over, and I built this for myself. I've had it, you know, I worked for Scooter. I had it there for 15 years, and I've been married to Andrew for 35 years. So I've had it for almost 50 years now. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And you're good. What's the engine you're putting in it?
This is a turbo motor car. This is 82 by 94. Runs like 10 flat 990s, you know. It's old school.
Yeah.
Not changing anything really. Gonna make it handle a little bit. That's gonna be the new car over there.
That's gonna be the new race car?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can put roll bars and everything in there?
Yeah. Yeah, once I figure out what chassis I'm putting in, I don't know if I'm going to do an IRS or a swing axle, so I've got two different pans for it. When we bought that, that's the one I went with you to get.
Yeah. Yeah, we picked that up in Melbourne.
Yep, he's got some really good videos somewhere of me being really aggravated. We went and got this bad boy, but somebody had put this on an IRS chassis. So they redid the mounts. So right now it's currently set up for an IRS independent chassis.
What do you prefer?
You know, I've always liked swing axles, but I'm sort of maybe gonna put a bus box in it or do some sort of an IRS just for the simple fact that it's easier to service. And I'm probably gonna have to have the transmission built and have it shipped here, so I think it'd be easier to have it shipped with no axles in it too. So you know, yeah, we put an apron on this, put the heater channels in it, put a front apron on it. I mean, this thing was rough when we bought it.
Yeah, I remember.
Quarters, fixed the doors.
It's got a sunroof.
Remember the door was all caved in?
Yeah.
It's over there all fixed.
Yeah, you've done a lot of work to this.
Yeah.
These are brand new heater channels?
Yeah, it's ready to paint, man. I already cut it in and everything. It just needs to be painted. I need to get it down off here is the main problem. I don't have any friends.
Well, just let me know. I can help you right now.
Yeah, well, 2 people can't do it, so that's the
I
problem.
need 4.
I think you got, yeah, more friends than I have, type of thing. So,
I could bring my hoist over.
yeah, you know, I thought about doing that, but I've seen a couple of these buildings sagged in the center where people maybe tried that. I think if you had a gantry crane, maybe that would probably be, a better bet. I
Yeah.
don't think this building has a lot of strength.
Yeah, you need to get one of those cranes from Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I know that my mom, she lives over there in Tuscaloosa,
Mm-hmm.
and one of her neighbors put one of these up in the backyard, one of these buildings,
Yeah.
I guess without the county approving it.
Yeah.
So they had it all put up, and when Winter Springs came out, they said, hey, if you want to keep it, you're going to have to stucco the building. And they had an engineer come out, and they said they wouldn't support the weight of the stucco, the steel building.
Oh, wow.
I don't think they're made for much more than they support,
Yeah. Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to put any weight up there.
Nope. I do need another building. I've been thinking about putting one on the other side for the, Volkswagen finish stuff.
Mhm.
Because, I can't really work in my shop when I get stuff painted.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a finished room.
Yeah, something that's done for the done cars. And then somewhere to paint, the used cars. So that's usually what totals out all the nice cars, fixing stuff, overspray.
Yep.
That's why I've been trying to keep this covered up.
Yeah, that's a nice cover.
Walmart, baby. Yeah, the Nova's not real happy that I painted this first, but it's getting over it. I gotta paint it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna paint the convertible next. It's really close to paint. So
What color are you going to do that?
same color as this.
Red?
Yeah, Reuben red. Factory color.
Ruby red?
Ruby red.
I brought my, what was it, 1699?
Well, I don't know.
Super 1600?
70.
What?
Billy Robs! It's 74 by 9, 85.5. 1699, I think.
Yeah. So I brought it back for him to just kind of.
He didn't want it. He said it's no good. So I'm gonna just take it
I want a
over.
refund.
Yeah, apparently we got an oil leak on one of these Chinese fittings.
Yeah.
So we gotta take care of that. These are,
Yeah, just let me know if you need to get good ones
I don't know. I mean, they are good. There's nothing wrong with
or
them.
whatever.
It's just, something. Either the crimp's bad.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's leaking from the hose or is it the fitting?
I know.
what
I
do
think
you
it's
think?
leaking real bad here.
Is it the hose or
I'm
is
not
it?
sure.
All right, well, we'll figure it out. So it's nothing major.
It might be leaking on that end too. I'm not sure.
It looks like it's not too bad there. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. These are a different brand. It feels like it's leaking out of the hose.
Yeah.
So more than likely, you just need to take it apart and reassemble it again, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Sometimes the crimp's not really good, or there's too much steel braid balled up in there. It's sort of a pain in the butt to get them.
Yeah. I was moving it around a lot, so
Yeah, these, I know when I worked for the funny car team, we used to have these blow off,
oh wow.
So NHRA said, hey man, you guys can't build your own lines anymore unless you crimp them. So everybody crimps them now. If your, oil pressure's your enemy when it
Yeah.
comes to that style of crimp.
Yeah.
But you can have them crimp or made with a better end on them. But
Yeah, let me know if we need to order a new setup. I will.
those should work fine. You know who used to have the killer hoses for no money? Skycraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all that stuff's, Army, Navy, all this
Yeah.
stuff's from the military.
Skycraft was cool.
That's all military stuff. All those
Yeah.
fittings, that's why it's called A&N. That's Army, Navy.
Okay.
That's what A&N stands for.
I didn't know that.
So all that stuff came from planes, in the military. And we have a surplus store. They're still here somewhere from what I hear. It's just downsized quite a bit.
Yeah, we had this really cool store called
Back in the-
Skycraft.
back in the day, you could go in there and you could get you any kind of number 8 oil line you wanted. And they were stainless steel with a Teflon liner.
Wow.
And I still have the ones from my car that I bought when I was like 17 years old. So now you can't get it. You used to make all kinds of cool stuff in there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just if you were a gearhead, you could go in there and just like geek out for days.
Yeah, I used to just go in there and walk around because it was so cool to look at everything.
Yeah, one of my buddies that I worked with, Scott Roblar, he bought a New Way valve grinding set, and they have like a $600 motor with 2 handles that you can make it power.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the cutters that you can do by hand. They're very popular in the Volkswagen world. Well, he went to Skycraft and got a little motor there that turned like 200 RPM, real slow.
Yeah.
He made his own rack and made his own motor for like $50.
Oh, that's cool.
Save $600.
Wow.
But yeah, Skycraft, I miss that place. I miss this motor too.
Yeah, that's a sweet motor.
I just think maybe I, should have made it a little more mellow for you, Just, I might have put a little too much stank in it for the normal person.
Yeah, it's got a little kick.
Yeah, it's got some kick. It's got a lot of compression is the thing, So it's 9.5 to 1, which I usually don't go that high, on anything.
Yeah.
We talked about it when we built it, but
Yeah.
you were going to sort of limitly drive it. It wasn't going to be an everyday motor, but we'll.
Yeah, it's not an everyday motor. It's just every once in a while motor.
Yeah, I think the main problem is, obviously the oil leak needs to be addressed, but the problem with the carburetors coming on sync, that's the linkage, good set of Berg linkage, bolts right to the fan housing through these bolts. There's usually 2 bolts here for the coil that it bolts into. So I can put some nut-certs in there for you, and then that bolts firmly to the fan housing, and then it has nice steel rods.
That's the Berg.
The Berg linkage.
Okay.
Yeah. You can find it used sometimes, but it's better to buy it new because they sell it for whatever fan housing you have. So,
Yeah, I'll order a new one.
yeah, this is a Chinese no ducts doghouse is what they call this.
Okay.
And this is a 36 horse style fan housing, so it's a smaller one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll order those. I don't know that they're out of sync. I just took them off
Yeah.
because I wanted to pull it out of the car because I wanted to fix the oil leak and also.
Yeah, usually what happens with that stuff is when the motor gets hot, it gets wider. The motor grows.
Yeah.
The linkage is mounted to the carburetor, so it fits really nice. And when the motor gets hot, it starts getting looser and looser, and it gets sloppier, and you get a little slop here and there, and then the carburetors just have to be a little bit out of sync, and it can make the car drive really crappy. I watch your videos,
Yeah.
and when you hit the gas, it shouldn't do that.
Right.
It should just drive off smooth.
Yep.
So that's definitely carburation synchronization. So we'll get that squared away, make it a little sweeter for you.
That'll be cool.
But yeah, this another thing is you probably have to run this a little harder than a normal motor, So where you're trying to short shift, you're going to wind it out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's made to beat on.
Wind the RPMs a little higher.
Yeah, the cam's big, the heads are ported, it doesn't make any power down low, you lose some of that, bottom end drivability.
Yeah.
It's more on the wild side. That's why I was talking to you at lunch, I'm like, maybe I should have made it a little less wild, But
No.
we'll put it back together, and if it's too wild, we'll fix it,
Yeah.
we can make it whatever we want. You got good parts, so, we can just move the stuff around.
Yeah, I think for now it'll be fine. I'm not going to be driving it every day.
Yeah,
but-
it looks great. It doesn't have any oil leaks per se. The case halves aren't leaking. It's not pouring out of the sump. The push rod tubes are nice and dry.
Yeah.
Flywheel's dry. So, that's all things you like to see when you build a motor.
Yep.
The fittings, that can happen, I've had the lines go bad before, so.
Yeah, I think it's been over a year since you built this, but I really haven't put
Yeah, you haven't driven it yet.
much time, but I've moved it multiple times. I've taken it in and out of the car multiple times.
Yeah, you need to put some miles on it, man.
I'm ready.
They get sweeter as you drive them. Any
Yeah.
motor does. It's like it's like when you try to start a brand new motor. It doesn't want to start. Just crank, and then you get it running.
Yep.
And then it starts every time, like with the push of the button. And
Dial
you
it
don't really
in.
do anything.
Yeah.
It's just wearing in. Everything's becoming one. So I like the oil on this. It looks really good. A lot of times, it's been gone for a year. You haven't changed the oil. And it's perfect, dude. So a lot of times if the carbs are too fat or just getting a lot of fuel in the oil, you'll see the oil will increase on the stick.
Yep.
You get more.
Yep.
Because it's a lot of fuel and oil. We don't have that here. And the oil's very clean, not contaminated.
Yeah.
You have not a lot of gas smell in it.
Smells good.
So yeah, this will be like the recheck. I mean, I rechecked this a lot before it left. You know, I didn't want to park with it.
Oh, you ran it. Yeah, he didn't want to. He didn't want to let go.
I didn't want to park with it, really. I mean, I
Yes.
liked it. It was just a sweet motor.
It is a sweet motor.
Of course, I'll have to repaint it. Somebody's abused the shit out of the paint, but we'll fix all that. Needs to be powder coated. You're
Yeah.
a little rough on paint.
Well, the problem with this is the springs
Yep. Yep.
are hitting it. So
Yeah, you know what we can do there is maybe put a piece of aluminum there or a sticker or something, you know, like just to protect it. I don't know. Piece
Yeah.
of like a 3M film,
yeah,
you
like
know,
a
the
foam.
bra, clear bra.
Yeah.
I'll get some of that.
I may
I'll get some of that from the motorhome place and put a strip right up here for you after we paint it.
I may have even dented it a little bit right here.
Yeah, that's fine. You gotta clearance it, you know.
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt it. You know, there's not a lot of airflow up there, so.
Yeah, you don't have to paint it. I'm not worried about it right now.
Oh yeah, I can't leave like that. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
You
not
still
bad.
have some of that paint?
Yeah, I got a whole gallon of it, man. You never painted the car.
Well,
Got everything you left here.
hopefully, I'm gonna start working on that Gia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And,
a sweet car, man. You can finish it. I know
Yeah.
it gets hard to focus on one thing. Trust me, look around. I know.
It's hard, yeah.
People are like, why don't you just concentrate on one thing? Well, you know, if you don't have a lot of money where you can just buy everything for one car, a lot of times something will come up for the other car, you know, and then you want to work on it. So
Yeah, that's like
it's like the Java Green pipe dream over there. You know, I don't have any money to build that. You know, I'm just building it off spare parts and you know spare time.
yeah. What year is that one?
66.
66.
67. My convertible's a 65.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, you know, you feel like you wish sometimes you would just focus on one project and
Oh,
get
yeah.
it done.
Trust me, dude. I would love to call Ron Loomis up and drop 10 grand there and put my car together. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's in the same token. Even if I had the money, I'd probably be hard pressed to do it because I'd be wanting to kill myself for spending 10 grand on my
Yeah.
car. You know.
But then it's like you see a car come up for $1,500 or whatever, and you're like, oh man, I could use parts off of it, or I could fix
you gotta
that.
stay off Facebook.
I could
That's-
fix-
Yeah, that's the problem. Looking at Facebook, and
Yeah.
Marketplace. You know, you
It's-
get on there and you're like, you don't need another project. You know, that's why I've sort of said, hey man, I'm going to consolidate to these 3 cars. You know, and
Yeah.
the Nova. I'd like to get the Nova finished, painted. You know, I don't know if I'll ever drive it or anything, but it's just you know, I had that car when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just brings back memories of friends I had when I had those friends, you know, and when I started putting the car back together, I had the wild fantasy like, oh, I'll put the car together and I'll be hanging out with those friends again. Those friends we ain't hanging out ever again. you
But
know?
the nostalgia of the memories
No,
is there.
yeah, I got that.
You can
but-
still hold on to that.
Right, but I have no
You know?
desire to drive it. I'd rather drive a Volkswagen or, you know, concentrate on these than
Yeah.
drive the Nova with 5-inch exhaust that gets, you know, 2 miles to the gallon with a big block in it. You know, it's just, you know,
It's fun for a
it's
minute.
fun to pull in and out of the
Yeah.
driveway. It's
Yeah.
fun to have it. You know, it got totaled out in a hurricane. I didn't think I'd ever fix it. And
Yep.
I kept it. And I've had that car and this one the longest. You know, that car has a story. You know, when me and Andrea first started dating, I had a 68 Nova and she rolled and crashed it.
Ooh.
And her ex-boyfriend had that car. And I did some cylinder heads for him. And he gave me that car.
Wow.
And Andrea helped me put that car together. You know, she helped me take all the stuff off the wrecked car. And, you know, that ain't never happening again either. So
Yeah.
we got caught in a hailstorm in that car when we were younger. I remember pulling off the road and get caught in that. So I left some of the hail dents in when I painted it. But, yeah,
funny.
it's just I've had it forever.
So you've
Yeah.
had that as long as you've had this Beetle? About 40 years?
I've had the Beetle a little bit longer, but yeah, real close. I bought the Nova originally from Ron Kane, my roommate. When he moved to Pensacola, he couldn't take the car with him, and he'd blown the small block up. I was working for Scooter, and it was right when I was leaving there. I was starting Creative Customs with Greg from the Bug Hut. And I bought the Nova when we had Creative Customs, and I really had never built a V8 car. So, you know, I tried to piece it back together just like Ron had it. And I didn't even know how to adjust the valves on it. Yeah, that's how I met Andrea.
Wow.
One of her friends, Danny Holmes, he was coming over to help me with the valve adjustment. And I met Andrea at the stoplight. She was going to my shop to hang out with Danny while he adjusted the valves, and that's how we met. So,
That's cool.
yeah, I've had that car as long as I've had Andrea.
Been a little while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'd like to get the Ventura done. You know, it's more of a street car. So I think that's going to be my next the Pontiac, you know.
Yeah.
After I get my Volkswagen done, that's my main concentration now.
Yeah, man.
Get a transmission
Focus
going.
on this stuff and get it done.
Yep, well, the chassis is right there. I got the chassis pretty much built. This is a new bulkhead I welded on. This is what you need to do for your car.
For Alabama?
Yeah, I welded a new bulk. This didn't have a bulkhead on it. This was scooters from Lily Bomb. If you go way back in the videos,
Yeah.
his wife crashed her car. This was a 64. And we were going to repair the chassis, weld the bulkhead on it and all that. We got into it. And he's like, man, I'd just rather replace the chassis. So this set out back, just the tube with no bulkhead on it. And it had the horns.
Yeah.
And when I was trying to find a chassis for my new car, I called Scooter, and he's like, yeah, man, you can have it. So he gave me the title for it, and I welded the bulkhead. I put caster in it. It's welded on. I degreed it so the car will go straight, you know.
Yeah.
It's got some trick stuff done to the fan for drag racing. But yeah, you can put those things aren't too bad to put on. That's a new bulkhead.
That's cool.
That's what we need to do for your car. Yeah, just more than likely it was bent when they repaired it.
Yeah.
So, and they put those shims back there.
Yeah.
But more than likely the bulkhead's bad, you know,
Yeah.
from the first accident. So, for a little bit of money that costs, you just whack that off. I got a tram gauge, this thing right here. And you just go from the, you go from the, I usually pick a spot on the torsion because it's part of the car, you know.
Yeah.
You do these holes right here and you can make it square real easy.
Okay.
So,
That's cool.
yeah. This is what we used to use to, put cars back in measurement. Now they have frame machines. When I used to say tram gauge at Toyota, my boss would tell me that's something you ride at Disneyland. He use those on cars.
The tram gauge.
Yeah, they work good for, old school stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to know if your ball joints are bent or your spindles, you can pick a location that's fixed on the car and put that, and it needs to be square from side to side or your car's bent. So, it's very, very effective.
You want to get that glass put in?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, cool. Let's do one more start on this thing.
All right, let me turn the cooling fan on. What do you think, Ron?
Starts right up. All right, guys, we can get the windshields put in, the rear windshield and the front windshield. So you're a pro at this now.
I don't know about that. Not me, brother. Trying to help a buddy out, you know. We don't do too many Volkswagens. We do some rope ends though.
Yeah.
Most of all the semis have a rubber set, but they're a lock rubber. They have like a strip that locks it in. Not like this. that glass, brother.
Okay, we're at.
Just hold it still from coming off. Come on, baby. What's going on? Pretty good. There you go. Open up. There you go. There you go. You just got to manhandle it on there, CT.
Yeah, I see that. Is it going on pretty good? Feel like good rubber?
Wouldn't go that far. If you had good rubber, you'd be bitching about how much it costs you.
Yeah. They said this is good, but
Where'd you get it from?
J-Bugs.
Oh, that's probably pretty good. Yeah, J-Bugs.
They said it's their highest quality.
Yeah, they try to get stuff that works there, you know. I mean, they're pretty good. If you order something from there, it's usually functional.
Yeah.
That's one company that does a little bit of research before they sell a part. So, there are some rubbers out there that look like rubbers but don't work. You know, I went through when I wasn't doing glass, I went through 8 windshields on the bus.
Can you put that back in?
Anyway, I had people helping me do the glass in the bus, and you know, I didn't call Noel right away because he's in Orlando, and I had a guy come out here, and I was buying the glass, and he broke 8 of them.
Oh,
The
geez.
glass guy, you know.
Wow.
And the last time he was here, he wanted to put a floor jack in and pump the roof up. And
Holy crap.
I'm like, no, dude. I said, the bus ain't never been wrecked. Maybe we should just stop right here.
Oh my
And
god.
I got Noel to come out. And he came out and looked at the rubber. He's like, yeah, the rubber's bad. He goes, you need to get rubber. And I didn't believe him. And I got one from Wolfsburg West at the time, you know. I didn't know about J-Bugs. And he put it on, put it right in. Oh.
Yeah.
So
Wolfsburg West
it was
has.
the rubber, you know. The rubber was too big. A lot of
Yep.
times, the seal quality has a lot to do with how the glass goes in.
Warm and humid. We're having a heat wave out west too.
Heat wave?
Yeah, it's like California and Nevada.
You know what that is out there?
It's a desert.
Does it even get hot out there?
Yeah, it gets over 100 right now. It's like over 110.
It's a dry heat, man. I
It's
don't know
dry.
nothing about breathing water.
I know. It's different. I can feel it in my lungs.
They come out here and they're like, hey, something ain't right.
It's thick. It's thick.
Thick. Got that thick air here. Thick air. I don't have any glass rolls with me. Everything's on the truck. That stick. I don't know how to stick though. Oh well. We'll be alright. We'll be alright.
What does the stick do?
You you know, in case you want to like peel this rubber up, you know.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're not showing my string trick, are you?
Huh?
I see you're not showing my string trick, are you?
Oh, is that top secret?
Not no more. See a lot of people fight with that, getting in that channel. I used to be one of those people.
That's
Well,
pretty cool.
You take a tip off of the cocking thing, put the string in there, and you just run it right in.
That's a pretty cool trick.
See, just like that. Boom.
Wow. Nice.
Alrighty. This is the car for the rains.
This the rear?
It's gonna rain.
This is the rear window, right?
No, that's the front, isn't it?
No.
That's the front, isn't it?
Use the glass cleaner as lube.
Yeah, a little bit. For a circumstance. For a circumstance. We're gonna use some silicone probably. You'll never be able to paint your car ever.
I don't think I'm going to be painting this car.
Well, that's why we're gonna use silicone. I think I bought some just for this job. I was just gonna go get the glass truck and bring it over here.
That would
Boss
have
always tells me, you know. But
been cool.
I just, you know, somebody could run into it, wreck it. We're gonna get through it right here. Right here, brother.
Let me hold that.
Ready? Oh. Hey, where'd that stuff go?
Don't be using all my silicone.
I don't think I need to paint anything in the next couple days.
Oh, you don't want to be spraying it?
Huh?
You don't want to be spraying that around?
Yeah, it could cause you some trouble. This is all day. This gets your thing right off, though. You doing a glass job, get some urethane off.
Yeah.
It's your friend. All right, man. This is going to require both of us, so you might want to get your stand.
All right.
All right. All you're going to do is push on the back glass for me. There's even pressure. Okay. Both hands, sort of like this. I'll get in there and everything. I'm just looking around for a stick. I got that.
They sell them at like auto parts store?
No. Little pressure on it. Now you're just going to hold steady pressure. That's all you're doing, yeah? Pressure right here. Follow me. Push harder, don't let up. No, what are you doing? Both hands on the glass, brother.
All right.
Up. There you go. Up. There you go. All right, pressure. Smack the glass down just like I was doing. Right here. Now. down, hold it.
That's it?
Yeah, you don't got a lot of lip up there, brother.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Put some silicone in there. It's a patina ride. It's not gonna do a headline.
Patina!
Good. That's cool.
There's that one.
Bam.
Bam!
Definitely a two-man job, huh?
Yeah, you can do it without a helper, but it's much easier.
Sorry, I wasn't pushing hard enough.
I know your special needs, so I try not to be too hard on you because all your friends say, "Well, your guy's an asshole."
I need to get some heavier.
Your guy's just an asshole.
Need some weights or something to put on there. That door's messed up.
Oh fuck. Okay, we're not going in here.
Well, you can.
No, that's right.
You can. It's just a little. It's a little. Don't look down there. It's a little rusty. It's needs a little work.
There's some guy out in Claremont selling the door for one of these, right by you.
I saw it. Yeah, he wants too much.
How much is too much?
He's asking $400.
What do you think a door cost?
Well, I got that one.
Well, just because you get a deal once,
200.
that's a hell of a deal, man. I mean, doors are $400 or $500 up in North Carolina if you want a sign painted on them.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting that. I've been looking at that one actually. It's the same color too.
I thought it was you selling. I'm like, man, it seems you selling an extra door. All right, put the rubber on here.
Time for the front.
Better use this stand for this one. All right. It's centered. Yeah, you're gonna have to hold because these are dead. These can be dead. Oh, you got this microphone on me too while I was yelling at you. That'd be really good.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Bleep, 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 bleep. Ah, that guy's an asshole. I can't believe you're friends with him. I'm not friends. I just go over there because I need shit done.
I would say that we're friends.
I wouldn't yell at you like that. You're not my friend.
That's what I'm saying.
Just trying to teach you.
I got it.
So they yell at me.
You need to lube it up, or?
Not yet. Rubber in there.
Yeah, that's a cool trick. So this glass came out of your race car.
Yeah, hopefully we don't break it because the corner's chipped.
It's gonna go good. You're gonna do it.
I do have the one in my bedroom for my car.
You keep parts in your bedroom too?
Oh yeah. All the good stuff's in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you leave it out here, it's like leaving it in the rain.
Yeah, the humidity gets to it.
Hopefully it fits, he says. Oh, that's exactly what the glass guy wants to hear. Hey, it might not be exactly the same shape. Grab that string, will you? Alright, let's break this sucker. No, I tried to tell him. Got a chip down the bottom here. Well, I mean, you do know how to do, you do impress me on your videos, you know. I don't say so because
I just take.
I always like to watch what the critics say. You know, I always like to read your comments. You got people that love and hate you at the same time.
Oh yeah. It just takes a lot longer.
But
I'm a slow learner.
I do respect that you are learning anyway. You know, I mean, people criticize you for like jamming the screwdriver between the case halves, but if you don't mess something up, you never learn, right?
Yeah.
So, and you don't find out where that hidden bolt's at if you don't try to pry the case apart.
Yeah.
It's a learning process. It's your stuff.
That's why I buy cheap, rusty junk so I can work on it. I don't have a.
That is pretty impressive, dude. I mean, you know, you haven't been doing this long. You're putting heater channels in and package trays. I mean, that's not easy.
Hey, I appreciate it, Darren.
Not easy. Not easy. Now this glass will break. It's not as thin as that glass. Be very careful. Yeah, just like that. That's what I want. Put pressure on, like that, like that. Hold what you got. Gotta find my tools. Found my hook tool. Hook tool. There we go. So I do this.
Hook tools over here.
Like I did it before. Once or twice. There you go, my friend. Just like that.
Hell yeah. That looks awesome.
So you know how to do that now, right?
I'll watch the video. That's why I don't learn, because I'm watching the video. No, yeah, some of it retain, you know. I got a better idea of how it works.
You gotta have a guy on the outside putting pressure on the glass that you can yell at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah, and you know, you just want him to put pressure, and you know, you're watching that rubber.
Yeah,
And a whole lot of lip left in the back on the top, but we're in there, you know.
yeah,
But you just don't want it to get behind and you don't want to rip it, you know. So just be gentle with it. They go in pretty easy. That was
Yeah.
good rubber. Fit really good.
yeah. That's J-Bugs.
Yeah, kudos to J-Bugs. Normally
Yeah.
the stuff's pretty good from there, like I said.
Yeah, I think they're having that made for them.
Yeah.
Especially made for them. So that's what it says on the website.
Yep. Yeah, you guys watched the MP Challenge, the Dyno Challenge. J-Bugs is one of the only people that built the streetable motor and brought it to the Dyno Challenge.
Yeah,
Ran pretty good too. Almost made right under 200, right at 200 horsepower.
yeah. Didn't it blow up?
No, somebody put a nut down the carburetor. He fixed that,
Oh shit.
and they patched it up for him out there, and they ended up running it. I don't know if he let somebody else borrow his motor or what happened. They ended up dynoing it and made a pretty decent number. But a lot of those guys were like, you know, people like me with no budget, and they, you know, Honda Rod Journal, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And, that's not something you can buy from MP, you know, like an engine kit.
Oh yeah.
And it'd be like 20 or 30 grand if you did, you know, by the time you buy the Potter rods and, you know, have the crank turned down to a Honda Rod Journal, and yeah, that's a lot of trick stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been more better set, you know. They would have bought like engine kits from MP, what the public can get, you know, and have builders
That's what I
try
thought.
to get the most power out of that.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought it was.
That
but-
was sort of the spirits that J-Bug
Yeah.
built
Yeah.
the motor that you could actually put in the car and drive.
Cool. All right, we got an engine, we got windshields. He's gonna work on the
Yeah, we'll get that to you, Doug.
Super 1600. We'll come back and get that.
What's that going? That's going in here?
Yeah.
You can come back and get that. I mean, that's not going to take long. I'll get the fittings figured out. I'll go ahead and put the thing on it, fire it up, make sure it runs good,
Yeah.
synchronize carbs. And
Yeah, don't worry about the tins.
We're getting ready to go through a weather change. When it cools off, we'll have to jet it. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like it jets itself. That's
Yeah,
what we were talking about at lunch. You know, O2
Yeah.
sensor.
Yep.
Constantly adjust.
Yeah.
For a carburetor, you have to constantly adjust the air jet and the main jet to keep up with the weather conditions.
Yeah, we were talking at lunch about the fuel injection system.
In Florida here especially, you know, we have so much percentage of water to air. It's called water drains.
Yeah.
It's difficult to tune stuff. You know, you get a really good day and your car won't run. You know, you're gonna have to go out there and change the air jet.
Yeah, it's sweaty today, boy.
Yeah. So you gotta jet according to the weather. Lately we've been having a lot of rain, a lot of mugginess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that went as good as it could go, man, for you know, a used windshield.
And I mean, I did the metal work around those windows.
That's pretty impressive.
First time I ever did anything
There
like
you
that.
go again. You know what I mean? You actually did the metal work and the glass fits.
Yes. I am capable. Yeah. So, well, you got to win some and lose
Yeah, you
some.
know, everybody wants you to finish something, but I don't think you're taking any longer than the average guy. You know, a lot of guys work on projects for 2 or 3 years in their garage
Oh, at
before it
least.
ever hits the road, you know?
Yeah. Some of them
And,
10, 15 years.
That's the poison with YouTube, you know? You make a video and people want the next video of the car to be finished. It just doesn't happen that way in real life, you know?
Yeah.
Not on a realistic budget.
Yeah, a lot of those guys that you see doing a new
Yeah.
project every week, they've got lots of money. They've
Well,
got a
it's like-
team of people.
It's like when you get the parts together to build a motor, you know, I can do that in a day or two.
Yeah.
And that's how they build those cars. You know, they get like 10 capable people, and they
Yeah.
pay them all. You
Yeah.
know, and they all do their thing.
Yeah.
And it's not one person; it's a team of people. You know, normally.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a lot different when you're one guy. You know, having to do the interior, the metal work. You're learning how to do everything as you go too. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I think it's instructive. I know a lot of people are hard on you, but if nothing else, it lets the average guy know that, hey man, you can buy a car and do no harm to it. You know, I mean, the worst thing you're going to do is learn something.
That's what was perfect about this car. It was $800. It was completely rusted out. I didn't have to worry about screwing it up. I just went for it. I learned a lot about metal work on this car.
Yeah, well, see, you have a roadblock with the Porsche that I noticed
Oh yeah.
where you don't with a Beetle. You know,
Right.
It's like, hey man, I can just buy that piece. So with a Porsche, you almost have to either make it or be prepared to spend a wad. You know.
And then you're like, you don't want to screw it up.
You're apprehensive because there's not a lot of literature on how to cut it apart.
Yeah,
you
there's
know.
not a lot of like people on YouTube showing you how to do all that
A lot of
stuff.
people have done Volkswagens and made any mistake you're going to make, you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot more, I don't know, there's a lot more people willing to help you with Volkswagen. It seems like the 914 community is getting a little bit snobby.
The 914 community is just small. It's compared to the VW.
Yeah, but they seem like they think it's a 911.
They're a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't used to be that way.
Right.
You know, you guys got Volkswagens,
Yeah.
just so you know.
Yeah. His name was Porsche. His last
Yeah,
name was Porsche.
It's a Volkswagen, dude. If it's got
Yeah.
a Type 4 motor in it, it's no shape, way, or form of a Porsche.
This is a Porsche. This was the original Porsche.
Yeah, well, I had a Porsche, and Volkswagen doesn't make any of those noises. I haven't been able to replace that. Still have nightmares about it.
The new Porsche.
Yeah, you know, like I had a 2004, you know, and I still hear that noise, you know, when I was driving across country, you know, on 150.
When did they stop? When did Porsche stop doing air cooled?
993 was the last series, probably 98.
98.
98 was the last air cooled. You can pick one of those up for a couple $100,000 now.
That's crazy. I saw a 914-6.
Yeah,
sell.
those are cool.
It sold for $200,000.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a real Porsche. You know, it has the heartbeat. It makes that noise.
It's got the 911 engine in it.
Yeah, I don't know what noise. I don't know how to describe the noise or the sound it makes, the intoxicating noise that fills your eardrum. Some engineer has figured that out. And that's why people pay all those monies for those cars and put up with the repair bills and the car breaking all the time.
It's like sex.
Because when it's making that noise, it's like, yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I want one again, and I know that it's poison. You know, I mean, I had the motor out 4 times. It's like, Oil and water don't mix in a Porsche.
Yeah.
They usually mix is what happens. And I can't afford an air-cooled one. I know my old roommate Kenny, he had probably a 72.
Yeah.
And there was a time where Porsches weren't very valuable. And when we lived together, he painted it, put Coney shocks on it, new wheels, new tires, did the interior in it. And I bet he sold it for probably 10 grand.
Wow.
And that car's probably, 100 plus now.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I know I'm not the only one that feels bad, when I miss mine. I regret selling it, but I know it'd be sitting in here broken if I had it. So.
Yeah, they're going for some money. You could still find them.
You can, but just because you buy the car, you got to have money to maintenance it. It's a constant acquisition. You're always fixing something because you drive them hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they're made to do.
Yep. All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You're one step closer. 2 steps, 3 steps.
Yeah.
3 steps.
3 steps. That's a Leonard Skinner song, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Give me 3 steps. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. See ya.